thanks for coming, everybody. My name is Michael Molina. I am the transportation librarian at the Oklahoma Transportation Library. So for the next 45 minutes to an hour or so, we're just going to kind of go over what the transportation library is, the kind of services that we offer, and how we can help you, ODOT employees, in research projects, in your work, just however we can be of assistance to you. So some of the information I'm going to present, maybe you may already know a little bit about us already, so apologies for some redundancy, but just to kind of get a clear picture of who we are and what we offer. So, kind of going forward here. Okay, so history, a little bit about the history of the Oklahoma Transportation Library. As many of you know, the materials that we have, you own them. These are ODOT materials that you guys have graciously let us take care of for you. So because of your support, because of your helpfulness to us, we've been able to house these materials and provide them easily accessible for you, which is the big project that we're working on right now. How we can provide these materials to you in a timely fashion, how we can help you with your research, and how we can get them to you. Right now, we're working on a digitization process where we can have all our materials readily available to you, or at least the ones that are not copyrighted, digitally available to you. So you search our catalog, you see something that might help your research, then contact one of us and we can get that document to you. Or if you want to have a hard copy, come down to the library and pay us a visit. We're always welcoming. We're always excited to see people. So it started off with ODOT wanting to house these materials, find a way for people to take care of the materials, the substantial materials that you guys already have. So originally, ODOT partnered with Langston University to help with cataloging, and later it moved to OU. And finally, our newest home is in Five Partners Place at OU in Norman on the research campus. So this building right here, that is the location we're in. We're on the 4th floor, suite 4200, and that information is on the handout, it's on the card, and the little brochure that we have in that packet. So if you're ever finding your way in Norman and want to pay us a visit or need help doing research, definitely, we are always welcome and ready to assist you. So moving forward, okay. So how do we support ODOT? You know, what is our mission? How are we finding ways to support and supplement the great work that everyone's doing here at the Department of Transportation? Well, there are several ways that we're doing this. For example, all the materials, all the reports that you guys are making, we are binding them, we are cataloging them, we are housing them for you. We are your clearinghouse for a lot of the materials that you provide. So in addition to being a clearinghouse, we're also looking for new materials that we can get that might be of support to ODOT. Looking at other transportation libraries. Maybe they're getting rid of some documents that we can use and provide for you guys. Or working with the Western Transportation Knowledge Network, which is a group that we're affiliated with. This group, for example, the WTKN, is a conglomerate of research universities, of other DOTs, of other agencies that are doing similar work to the Department of Transportation. And by having this affiliation, by having these links with all these other groups, with these universities, with these organizations, we can find more materials for you guys and better be able to help you with your research. So if there's something that we don't have, like if there's a project you're working on and we don't have the material, then we can find out who does and we can get that for you either through interlibrary loan or whatever process that we can do. So if you're working on a project and you need some help, you need some materials, do think of us, do pay us a visit, and we will see how we can help you and support you in your work. So we have these great materials that ODOT's provided for us, but how do you get to it? How do you access the material? It may seem like a daunting challenge at first because we have over 10,000 items, listed in the library. So it's like, oh my gosh, where to even begin? How do we do that? This workshop is hopefully going to solve some of those questions and provide some answers for you on how you can make the most of your transportation library experience. So for example, we have the physical location in Norman, and we've also recently launched a website that has gone live, and it is on the handout provided to you. The official website is oktl.org. And we'll go into that website a little later, but that website has links to the catalog, to the LibGuide that we've been working on, and a bunch of other helpful resources and links that you can use to make the most of your research or your programs that you're working on. So there's a couple ways to access us, both by coming down to visit us or by looking through the website. Because I know some days, you don't want to leave, or you don't want to get out, or you don't want to talk to anybody, don't want to drive down there because like traffic, rush hour, I understand. So definitely, we want you to know about the website and to make use of that. So whether you're home, whether you're in the office, this will hopefully make life a little bit easier for you when you're trying to find materials. Okay, so if you do find something, do find a material that you want to request, there's a couple things you can do. You can email us, you can call us, and then we can either scan the document or you can come down and take a look at the physical copy. So there are a couple ways that we can help you with that. So just let us know what is most convenient for you, and we can get that to you. Okay. So what about the collection? What all do we have in our collection? Thanks to the great work of Kelsey and then Paige Harkins, who is our newest librarian assistant. They have been working tirelessly, cataloging, organizing, digitizing. So we found out, we have a lot of great material for you guys. Not only ODOT reports from decades ago, from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, even reports going as far back as the 30s. So we have all this material available, not just ODOT reports, but reports from other DOTs from across the country, even in Canada, Ministry of Transportation in Canada, for example. So if you need to cross-reference something, what other people are doing, in North America, not just in Oklahoma, not just regionally, you can do that. We have some of those resources available. We also have FHWA reports as well as Transportation Research Board journals that you can access. So in addition, we also have research projects from universities from across North America talking about a very wide variety of topics, which we'll get into in a minute or so. So our collection, it is substantive. It does provide a lot of good research. So please think of us as a supplement or maybe as a key partner. If you're working on a project, odds are we have something about it that can help you. So definitely. So in preparation for that, I've taken a few pictures of some of the materials that we have. So for example, I know that is very difficult to see, but that is a document on pavement design and asphalt mixture. Other examples are like environmental impact of pests in Texas. So like much of the work that you guys do, from environment to asphalt to roadway to bridge construction, we have those topics available and handy for you to research. Okay, and not just present stuff. Like we have articles looking towards the future. For example, demographic changes in the future. And articles talking about the past as well. From the 1930s, this Road, Oil, and Asphalt Congress piece, which is very interesting to kind of help contextualize, where we've come from, where we're going, the changes that have occurred, since the 1930s, and even further back. So if you're looking for any kind of context, definitely think of OTL to help provide that for you. Okay, so kind of to sum up this little part, no matter what you're researching, no matter what you're doing, OTL is ready and willing and able to assist you in whatever projects you may have. Myself, Kelsey, Paige, we have a full staff ready to help. So please shoot us an email, please call us and get in touch with us and see how we can assist with what you're working on. So one of the cool things that we've been doing, because it's all well and good to have a collection and all well and good to say, oh, come visit us and this or that. But, if we don't have the infrastructure, if we don't have the capability to assist, well, then it's all for nothing. So I would kind of like to show you the website that we've been working on. Let's see, technology providing. Go ahead and adjust this. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. This should work. Okay. As you know, technology can be a fickle friend sometimes. Okay. Well, let's see if I can mime out the website. No, just kidding. Okay. Hang on. Let's see. Close all that out. Okay. We'll try this one more time. Unplug that. And plug this back in here. Okay, sorry, just bear with us for a couple more seconds. I think we got it. Hopefully, yes, please. Okay. Yes, please. Okay. Yeah. Oh, is it? Okay, dual screens. Okay. Okay, thank you, Kelsey. So, she has been so helpful. We are going to be very sad when she leaves. She has been just great with the Transportation Library. So as you can see, this is our website. It's a little bright, but I think it might just be the monitor. It might look a little better on your screens. But let's see, I'll move the mouse over here. So as you can see, this is the home page for the library. And again, the web address for that is oktl.org. So think of this as your hub of connectivity for if you want to just start figuring anything out about the Transportation Library, what we have to offer, this is the place to go. So as soon as you get here, you are going to see several pages up at the top. For example, home, catalog, LibGuide, about, and helpful links to kind of get you started. Obviously, if you click on home, it's going to take you to the home page. If you click on the catalog, it's going to open up a separate window that I'll need to drag over here now. Let's see. Okay, oh, there we go. Okay, so if you click on catalog, it's going to take you directly to the catalog page where you can search for any item in the library that we've cataloged. So that's very handy. And then if we click back here, we can go to LibGuide. And that's going to take you to the great LibGuide that everyone's worked so hard on and produced to kind of help you start your research. You know, where to begin? How do you research? What topics do you look for? This LibGuide is going to be very helpful. And we've seen this weird guy before somewhere. But going back to the website. Okay, and if you click on About, that is going to show you a little bit about the history of the Oklahoma Transportation Library and brief introductions of myself and Paige, the other student worker, and a little bit about ODOT and Southern Plains Transportation Center. So, and then going to helpful links, you'll have links to ODOT, WTKN, and Southern Plains Transportation Center, which are also located in Five Partners Place. We share an office space with them. So these links are going to be updated regularly with helpful news, helpful information that will be relevant to ODOT interests, to employee interests. So this is kind of, we're just getting started with the website. It's just gone live, so we have a lot of exciting material that we're looking forward to presenting in the future. So if we go back home, okay, so if we scroll down a little bit, we can see there's a section for news and updates where we'll be updating regularly, maybe ODOT news from across the country, transportation projects, literature, things that will be of interest to ODOT employees. So we plan on keeping this updated very regularly for you guys. There's also a section, Visit the Library, where you can see our address, our hours of operation, and contact information. And if you scroll down a little bit more, there's a cool little interactive map that you can see exactly where we are located on campus. Okay, so scrolling back up, there's one final thing, the Ask the Librarian section. Like maybe you don't want to give a phone call, maybe you don't want to come down and visit, but you want some answers, you want some information either way. This is what you're going to want to do. Fill out this brief form with a question, concern, comment, and it goes straight to my inbox where I can access it and read and get back to you in a timely fashion. So alternatively, there is our email address, which is a little hard to see, but it's odotlibrary@ou.edu. So with that said, that's a little bit about the website. I know I've gone a little bit fast, and hopefully I haven't gone too fast, but are there any questions so far about anything we've covered about the presentation, about the website, accessibility issues? Does anyone have any concerns or questions or anything?
Thank you, Arnie. Michael?
Yes.
I understand we're working towards more of the service-oriented besides Ask the Librarian.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of the people that need some of our services need to know they can ask for different levels of like literature review or scan of other states. I think Dominique, she kind of prepared the ways and levels at which we would do that. I don't know if Dominique has a comment about that or.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right, so what Michael's talked to you about is our most common way to access the library, and it's that initial search if you have a topic and you're interested in getting more resources. We have a second level, and essentially that second level goes into a little bit more detail where the library provides links and abstracts on a certain topic, so that way we basically get the information that's available from other DOTs is what we really specify on. How are you? And so we assemble that information for you, and so maybe now instead of just giving you a specific report, now we give you links and abstracts from, say, 8 or 12 different sources, whatever we find that's relevant. So the third level is something I've done with you guys before, right? It's when you have a very specific topic and you really want an in-depth look at that. So I'll write an entire report that summarizes and puts it into, say, a 12-page document, and it summarizes the information and it pulls it together, it synthesizes that information for you so you can read it. And then the fourth level is the highlighter, which y'all are familiar with. So, good?
Thanks, Dominique. All right. Any other questions? Any other comments, concerns, anything so far? Okay. Then we'll go ahead and press forward into the workshop portion of this. We're going to go to the catalog and take a look at that and see how we can locate items, how we can request items, how we can access this material. So we're going to go ahead and click on catalog. And so it takes you to our catalog. And the handout that I printed out, it kind of goes step by step the different ways you can search our catalog and retrieve materials. So that is yours to keep, to refer to if you ever need to go back and find any information about what we've covered. But for this workshop, we're just going to go through a quick example here. For example, it takes you directly to the simple search page where you can type in any keyword, author, date, whatever topic you might be looking at. So for example, if we want to know more about bridge design, we can go ahead and type that in. Let's see. Okay, and spelling is important, so there we go. So if you don't spell something right, it's going to underline it, and you can right-click, and it'll give you the right spelling. So that's helpful. So it looks like we have 433 items relating to bridge design. Not an insubstantial amount. So say you're looking over and you'll notice the yellow highlighting. The yellow highlighting is going to highlight everything related to the keywords that you searched, including bridge and bridge design. So in either order. We can modify this search to only include documents that say bridge design or include all of the words in the term that we've just typed. So we've gone ahead and done a search. So let's see if we can access one of the materials. We'll just click on the blue text right here. And it's going to bring up a new screen with a whole bunch of extra information about it. For example, how many pages it is, who published it, where it was published. Some of them even have abstracts or summaries that you can access, which are very helpful. Moving on down, one of the most important parts to look for is the electronic access or availability of the item. So this item, it has been linked to, it is accessible online, and it's going to say that by this electronic location access and provide a link for you to click on. So if we go ahead and click on that link, it is going to take us directly to a PDF of the file. So just loading a little bit slowly, but so while that's loading, let's go back here and see what else we can find. So also our keywords like the subject of the document and the location of the document. You can see right here, it is located in Five Partners Place. So if you would like a hard copy of that, you're more than welcome to come down and we can let you take a look at it. So let's go ahead and see if that's finished loading. Almost. Almost. Come on. Okay, there we go. So there we go, complete access to the document, all text searchable. One of the cool things that we're doing, whenever we scan a PDF, we're making it completely text searchable. Like maybe you don't have time to read the whole document, but you want to find a certain keyword. Everything that we have scanned, everything that we've archived is going to be completely text searchable to get you to the information that you need as quickly as possible. A couple more ways of searching. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. A couple more ways of searching. If we go back to search, there's simple search that we've done, and I would recommend this actually more than any of the other searches. It's the quickest. It does it by keywords. This is the best way. But if you really need to go more in depth, you can go down to advanced search, and it's going to give you more options. Like if anyone has had experience working with these kind of tools with search bars and that things, it's fairly simplistic. It's modeled after what you may have used before. You can search by author, by title, by publisher. You can narrow it down to match all the keywords, and by default, all of our searches are set to match all the keywords, which is why we got some documents with just design or just bridge rather than bridge design. Or you can match any keywords. So those two options are in place, and you can also specify a date range. Maybe you're looking for something published in the 2010s. You don't need any of the historical 1960s, 70s stuff. You can specify that in our catalog as well. You can also make an account with the catalog. Up here, there's the My Account section with My Profile. This is helpful if you find materials and you want to save them, like you've done a search or you found some items and you just want to save them so you can, like maybe you don't have time to look at it right now, but you can create an account and save the items directly to your profile so you can go back and check and look at it and see what you've done in the past. So that's helpful as well. Any questions before I move on? Yes. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Early in developing the OTL, we had mentioned something about possibly using Boolean logic, exclude, include, and, nor, and, or. And I understand what you're saying about the keywords and that you can hit them all. And I'm not sure if we're working towards doing stronger filters or not. Do you know?
To my knowledge, since it is powered by EOS, the operating software that we use for this, I believe it is including Boolean logic, and you can correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I believe so since it's using the same platform as other search engines. It should be incorporated. So it should be. It should be. So I don't have a firm enough answer on that, yes or no, but I believe it is. No, thank you. Yes.
To get both words, bridge design,
Uh-huh.
would you just put it in quotes?
To get both words, I can show you actually. If you just want to do bridge design, okay. So let's go back to simple search. Let's see if we can do that. Okay. You can do match all keywords. Exact phrase. That's what it is. If you do exact phrase, that should bring up everything with just bridge design. So let me see if it's going to prove me wrong here. See if there's okay, so this is including everything with bridge design. Well, except for those. Okay. So there might be some kinks we'll need to, yes, Kelsey. Uh-huh. I'm sorry.
If it says bridge design within the record, it will bring up that record. So if those exact two words are together within the record, it'll still
Okay.
bring it up.
So like if there's a description of it or in the subject, then in the description, yeah, as Kelsey said, bridge design, okay. Thank you. All right, so yes. Does that kind of help clarify things a little bit? Or okay, great. Any other questions? Yes. Oh, I mean, I can, I can, yeah.
So this is available worldwide?
Yes. The website and the catalog is available worldwide, but as far as lending things out to other organizations or things like that, since everything is owned by ODOT, we service primarily ODOT. So We don't lend books out to other organizations or anything like that. But if there is something available online that we can help maybe international customers or cross-state borders locate that is digitized already and on the internet, then we can do that service as well.
Yeah, my question was related to copyright issue, if they can download everything unlimited.
Okay, that's
Do
a
they
great.
not need a login and password for select customers like ODOT employees or whoever asks for it?
Anything that is copyrighted material,
Yeah.
we do not digitize. So that is, we have a strict control for that to prevent any like unauthorized material, being accessed, and then we'll have that just in the library that people can come and take a look at. So, and feel free to jump in if I'm misspeaking about that, but that is what we've been operating on so far. So we have copyright protections against that.
And are you linked to OU, SU libraries? Do you work with them because to broaden your the repository?
And actually, Arnie's going to talk about a little bit about that too with the Share OK, where we've been working with the OU library to where our items can be searchable through their library database. We're working towards that to a greater integration with OU and their database. We're not there yet. We're not at that point yet, but we do have plans to integrate ourselves that way as well, for scholarship purposes for other departments or what have you. Yes. Thank you. All right. Anything else? Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to word this question. I know that there are things like EBSCOhost and list of dissertations, professional journals, some subscriptions, some not. There's a lot of different ways that professional journals are funded. And so my question is, because we're connected to OU and their network, is it possible with all these searches it will hit most of the journals that y'all have access to?
Eventually, once we become more integrated with their system, yes. That is what we're kind of, we're moving in that direction, yes.
Okay.
We're not there yet, but we're getting there.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Any last questions? Okay, I'll go ahead and turn that back over to you. And let's see, that kind of concludes my part of the presentation talking about the library and the catalog system. So as always, Arnie's going to talk a little bit about the LibGuide. And as always, if you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, my card, call, email, whatever you like, I'm always available to talk to anybody about anything, so relating to the library. So go ahead and close out of this. Thank you for your time. And let me get it to the LibGuide section so Arnie can talk a little bit about that. Okay.